Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to the first episode of 2022. Happy New Year, wherever you are. You can comment and let me know that you can hear me before I get started. I'm just juggling with some technical hitches here that I hope you're doing well. And this is a new year. The focus is on unifying Africans wherever they are, whether in the Caribbean, in the Pacific, in the US, in Europe, in Africa. United States of Africa seeks to unify people of African descent wherever they are. Even if they are on another planet, you are going to pursue them so that you can unify and bring them to this unity. Without us coming together, we are not going to be able to confront the challenges that Africa is facing. And one of them is technological racism, censorship that is spearheaded by social media platforms like Facebook. United States of Africa, in spite of being verified, we have been facing arbitrary censorship by Facebook. They've been removing thousands of followers since November last year, and this has been going on in spite of making so many appeals. And this tells you the importance of Africans creating their own platforms that we can use, and we can say this is an African platform. The only way that we can get our freedom is by creating our own platforms that we can use without being silenced, without being censured, because this has been going on for quite some time, and it is even turning back the progress that we have made in terms of solidifying unity of Africans in Africa and even in the African diaspora. United States of Africa Facebook page has been very instrumental in bringing people of African descent together, educating Africans, providing Afrocentric perspective to African news. And for that reason, Facebook has been trying to shut the page down for quite some time by creating these false flagging, incorrectly flagging posts as violating their so-called community standards. But what they want to do is to silence us, and they've been desperately trying to reduce the page reach, going as back as 2018, 2019, trying to find if they can get any post that they can flag. And this is something that is very ridiculous. It shows Facebook has run out of ideas how they're going to stop the United States of Africa movement. And one thing that I'm very confident is that no one is going to stop the United States of Africa. This project started in 2016 with a mission that is to unify people of African descent, to unify African states into one nation. And this is a noble mission that no one should stop. Facebook should be ashamed of itself, what it has been doing to United States of Africa, daily falsely flagging posts, claiming that they violate their community standards that Facebook itself is not willing to follow. We have seen these so-called community standards being used to silence Black voices, and they are using COVID as an excuse to continue trampling on human rights freedoms, to continue trampling on Black voices, so that we never get heard. And see D Jane from the UK, Happy New Year. And then you have Big Cat Holiday, Africa Holidays, One Africa. Billy, you're saying you're joining from Burundi. How is the situation then in Burundi? How is the new year? You can drop your comments in the comment section so that we can share. Good morning from Nigeria. Good morning to you. Geoffrey is saying, united we stand. Being adamant and being persistent in what we pursue is what is going to bring United States of Africa to the realization. Because without a group of people saying that we want African unity and they take actions to pursue it, Africa will never unite. And the only way that Africa is going to unite is by looking at what is common and utilizing the differences that we have to become our strengths. Because Africa is so diverse, and we have, in spite of this diversity, we have the same challenges, we have the same problems. Millions of Africans do not have access to electricity, they don't have access to clean water, they don't have access to their own technologies. And this is something that United States of Africa is working to fix, to ensure that Africans are at the top of their own solutions. The time for waiting for European solutions to African problems is long gone. And this is the time for Africans to take charge in their own destiny, to become problem solvers to the challenges that Africa is facing. Instead of waiting for these international organizations to come and interfere in African affairs, we believe that Africans have the willpower, they have the intellectual ability to solve their own problems. And in spite of the crisis that we are seeing in Sudan, in Somalia, in Ethiopia, we Africans are going to rise and we're going to solve these problems. The situation in Somalia is quite disturbing, but we are confident that the president of Somalia and the vice president are going to come to an agreement to ensure that there is peaceful and transparent elections. There is need for Somalia to get back to order and to ensure that these instruments of that define democracy are restored. There is need for a functioning parliament in Somalia. There is need for a functioning government in Somalia, and it cannot happen when the two leaders are fighting amongst themselves. We have had enough of elections being delayed, and we want to see elections being held in Somalia. We want to see law and order being restored in Somalia, and the same for Sudan. We call upon the military regime to hand over power to the people and to respect the will of civilians. They have firmly rejected the military regime that has installed itself against the wishes of the people. And this military regime has been brutalizing peaceful protesters that are rejecting this coup that happened. They're saying no more to any coups in Africa because they do not serve Africa's interest. And this is the time for the African Union to hold this military regime accountable so that they can respect the will of the Sudanese people. And the same situation that is happening in many African countries, we are very confident that the leaders are going to begin to look at Pan-Africanism as a way of solving these conflicts, as a way of restoring peace, ensuring that there is harmony within African states. In Ethiopia, we call upon Ethiopians to unify and to know that Ethiopia is not defined by which tribe you come from. Ethiopia is a nation, and it's a nation that consists of many ethnic groups, and these ethnic groups, whichever you come from, there's need for you to realize that there can only be a great nation when these ethnic groups come together, and you realize the need for you to work together to advance common interests to ensure that the sovereignty of Ethiopia is protected by all means necessary, and that we protect the sovereignty of Africa, and ensure that Africans are in charge, and we Africans are the ones that are providing solutions to any conflict. That is what defines independence. We cannot claim to be independent if we do not solve our own problems. When we run into a small crisis, we begin calling on the UN, begin calling on the European Union to come and solve problems. Uh, it's about time that we say that we are enough, and we as Africans are capable of solving our own problems. And it's about time that we realize the importance of African unity, the importance of us coming together and saying that this is the problem that we have been facing in Africa for more than 50 years. And we are going to unify to resolve this problem, to make sure that Africa begins to rise, and we begin to realize the benefits that Africa offers in terms of the skilled manpower, the young, vibrant population, the millions of natural resources that we have. It's time that these natural resources begin being used by Africans to develop Africa and to advance African interest. Uh, Matthias, you're saying Africa must unite, that from Ethiopia, return to our original genius. Thank you very much for joining, and look forward to working with you this new year. You're welcome to get involved in United States of Africa, support the United States of Africa mission, and contribute your skills towards the realization of this unity that we are seeking. Africa must unite.